Hey guys, so just want to talk to you a little bit about mainly two things. So one is full extensions when you're training. So it's something that I often see people doing wrong. Um, they they do these what are called pump workouts, and I'm not necessarily against using pump workouts because but you have to know like at what point to use them. So majority of the time, majority of your sets should always be full extensions. So full extension, full motion, all the way up and down. So if we're talking about like a shoulder press, you want to make sure that you're going all the way down to midline and then back up all the way and then same direction, back and forth, back and forth. You don't want to just kind of stop right here or only go up to this, this area of your body. You want to go all the way up, and I can't fully extend it because I'm in my car doing this video, but that's basically how you want to do it. And the reason that you want to do that is because you want to incorporate as much muscle fiber as possible. So the fuller the extension, the harder the set, and the harder the rep. I'm sorry, the harder the rep. So the harder the rep is, the more muscle fibers are being incorporated into that move to make sure you get the power that you need. The more muscle fibers are incorporated, the fuller and more developed your muscles are going to become. So it's extremely important, which a lot of times why you see people have lagging body parts is because they're not doing full extensions on their exercises. Because when you talk to them, usually they'll do all the exercise. It's not like they're missing a certain exercise and that's why they're not developing. It's the way that they're doing their sets is why they're not developing. And more often than not, it does have to do with full extensions. They're just not using it. So the time that you can use pump workouts is at the end. So for example, when I say at the end, I mean at the end of each like each set, let's just say that. So for example, let's say you're doing like shoulder presses, right? So you'll do a set, and then at the end of that set, you can do like 5 to 10 just burnout sets excuse me, pumping up shoulder presses. So, and then the next set you do full extension, and then right at the end you do like 5 to 10 short reps to burn out the muscle. It gives you a good muscle mind connection. It fatigues the muscle. It feels good. As far as like the work that's being put in to build the muscle and develop it, that's all done primarily from the full extension moves. So the pump is not necessarily the developing moves, but they're kind of like the finishing touches of it. So if that kind of makes sense. So if the only thing you're doing is pump workouts, or the majority of it, or even 50%, you're really hurting yourself when it comes down the line. So that's something that you definitely want to make sure that you incorporate. If you're not doing it, it's a big thing. What I see a lot of times, especially now, if you have people that you feel comfortable in explaining that to them, go ahead and do it, because you're going to save them a lot of heartache. That's another thing. A lot of people are coming in now, it's in January, New Year's resolutions. People are trying to get healthier, trying to get better, which is great. I love that. Most people hate when newbies come to the gym. I try to make sure that they stay. You want to continue with that as long as you can. You don't want to just come in and for a week or two and get disheartened. So a lot of that comes from the people that are around you. Be supportive as much as you can. So if you feel comfortable in talking to somebody at the gym that you might know, and you see them doing something that they shouldn't be, let them know. If they're not doing full extensions, let them know. You're going to save them a lot of time. If they learn it wrong and they continue working out, it's going to be that much harder to change their approach later. And so it becomes a real difficult thing to do, and that's a real thing. That's a real thing. You wonder how some people are been in the gym, been working out for years and years, and you look at them and they look like newbies, not in their physique, but in the way they work out. And you're like, why is he doing that? He should know better, or she should know better. Well, that's because they learned it wrong. So they've gotten some success from doing it wrong, because, you know, let's face it, any movement is better than no movement. But how much better would they be if someone like you could have went and told them, hey, you know, this is the right way to do it. Now, of course, not everybody likes to be told that they're doing something wrong. And also, you know, how you say it is a big thing. But at the end of the day, letting them know would definitely save them, you know, from doing it wrong their entire fitness, you know, career or lifespan. And it'll, you know, make you feel good about yourself a little bit. So anyway, guys, thanks for listening in. Subscribe to the channel, and remember who the real enemy is.